Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How That Out. Tonight we are going for a beer from a brewery that I've enjoyed many beers from. Which one is it? It is this one. It is Ornament by North Brewing Co. And it is a 4.1% ABV session kveik IPA. And that is pretty much all I can tell you about the beer, because that's pretty much all what it says on the can. Now you've got the usual ingredients list of barley, oats, hops and yeast, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and it's 1.4 units and it is also vegan friendly. But yeah, that's the back of your can. Really not a lot of info there, but you've got some funky artwork as always with North. And yeah, it was in Tesco's on the 4 for £6. So I thought I'll give it a try. So without further ado, we're going to do exactly that. So it's only the second kveik beer that I've had. The other one also being from North. That was Green Curve. That was very nice indeed. So I have high hopes for this one. So pouring into Northern Monk glass, because I still don't own any North Brewing Co. glassware, but we shall rectify that at some point. The pour is very pale. Ridiculously pale. Oh God. So we have a pale, almost straw coloured beer, a little bit of haze to it, and it's very well carbonated. We've got a nice 2-finger, sort of fairly tight and consistent head. Yeah, looks alright. Looks alright. It's a little bit less hazy than I was hoping based on Green Curve. Looks alright though. Let's have a whiff. Oh, that's fresh. Fresh, zesty, citrusy, clean, grassy, light. It smells really refreshing. Yeah, that smells similar to Green Curve, just lighter overall, and it is, yeah, that's exactly what I said. Green, fresh, citrusy, zesty. Almost said citrusy. That might not be a flavour you want in beer, zits. But anyway, I digress. It looks good. It smells really good. Let's see if it tastes good. Cheers. Exactly like the aromas. Really sharp, refreshing, clean, green, grassy, zesty, citrusy deliciousness. It's really palate cleansing as well as that dryness, that and that acidity that comes from something really works well. Love it. It's got that slight tartness you would expect from a passion fruit type flavour. It's not passion fruit, it's still very citrusy, but that slight edge, I really like that. It's hoppy, but not overly so. The malts are very much second fiddle here. It's all about the zesty, fruity goodness. And it's all presented on a fairly light body. It's not thin, it's not watery in any way, but it's light. And it's a really dry experience. That is exactly what I would reach for as a palate cleanser. If you're having something really heavy, like I don't know, all the meats on the barbecue, you know, pulled pork, sort of some greasy bit of pork sandwich, something like that. This would cut right through that. It'd be wonderful. It is Green Curve, but dialed down to a sessionable 4.1%. It's got all the good things about it. It's not really lost anything. Sure, it's a bit lighter. It's not quite as heavy. Like I say, it's just literally dialed down, but not in a bad way. I like that a lot. We're going to slow down before I drink it all, and before we give it a score, we're going to consult the aide memoire. So North Ornament, it's had 3,044 check-ins with an average score of 3.41 on Untapped, so it's much better than average if we take 2.5 as the average on Untapped. So it's done really well for itself But what do I think of it? So we're going to, as usual, judge it on the 5 pillars of judgment. We've got the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and of course the finish. So the looks, as we saw at the beginning, you know, it's pale in colour. I prefer them bigger than that, but hey, it's the style of the beer. It works for the style. It had a nice head on it. It didn't hang around forever, but not many can and bottle poured beers do, unless they're nitro delivered, but that's another story altogether. It looks all right, you know, so I'm going to give it a half on that one. The aromas are really nice. I love that zesty burst of summery freshness. It's spot on. You know, it's green, it's grassy, it's hoppy. It's wonderful. It's going to get a 1 from me. The body is light, and we all know that I like them heavy, heavy, heavy. But again, it suits the style. It's not found wanting in any way, shape or form. It is a session beer, so you're going to have a sacrifice somewhere, and it's going to be in the body somewhere, of course. So it's going to be a little bit lower than normal. I'm going to give it 0.75. Again, it suits the style. I just prefer them heavier. That's the only reason I'm really knocking a little bit off there. Taste, though, can't fault it. I love it. It's hoppy, it's zesty, it's fresh, it's green, it's grassy. There's a slight tartness to it that I really enjoy. 1. It's going to get the full mark for that. And the finish. It's one thing I haven't really divulged a lot on there. It's a light finish. It's a little bit of everything that you get in the flavour, just dialed right down even further, and it's really mellow. And it is dry, as I said earlier, of course, that bit I did touch on, but the flavours are really mellow on the finish. I'd like them a little stronger, but again, it's a session beer. You're going to expect a little bit of sacrifice somewhere. So I'm going to give it half on the finish, which gives me a total of 3.75 out of 5, which is a little bit more than the average on Untapped. Yeah, I like it. The bigger brother was better, I must say. It's just heavier all round. Flavour is stronger. Body is a bit thicker. The finish is there. It's just amplified. But the sacrifice is this is only 6.1, whereas the big brother was 6.5 from memory. So yeah, this is a good session beer. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be one that I will probably enjoy an awful lot of when we get around to summer, because we're in mid-December and it's cold and it's just not summer weather. This is absolutely barbecue beer without a shadow of a doubt, with the Big Brother Green Curve. But Ornament is not found wanting, really, let's be honest. So we're at the point in the video now where I'm going to be in danger of waffling on. So we're going to say, that's been the beer. Down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got the like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And let me know in the comment section if you've tried Ornament and what you thought of it. And on that glorious note, that's been the beer. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.